Hi everybody, welcome to How's Your Prayer Life with Steve the Missionary, the monthly series on prayer, what's happening in our prayer life and what we need to be praying for, by me, Steve the Missionary, and continuing in the comments by all of you. So I'm here to talk about how I'm praying, what I'm praying about, and ask you guys to pray for me. So recently, mostly because I lost my chotki, I've been back on the rosary, which is nice. It's a weird combination of like thoughtful meditation and purposefully thinking about various parts of Jesus's life, and also but also like that mind clearing contemplation that Christians talk about. And so the rosary has always been kind of weird to me. I don't know what balance to strike between all those things, but a rosary is still very, very important in my prayer life. So the rosary has been back in my life, which is fun. And I've been reading Spiritual Combat, which is an old book by Lorenzo Scopoli. And one of those spiritual books that's kind of big in the Eastern and Western churches. So when I go to pray, what it looks like is I'll read a chapter out of this, which are usually pretty short, and then I'll pray a rosary, and that's my prayer life. And it's kind of interesting. Sometimes that's a very powerful, almost emotional, impactful prayer. The problem is when that happens, I usually take a day or two off of prayer, which is so dumb. And that's kind of the help I need from you is pray for me to actually continue a prayer life and not let it be peaks and valleys, but let it be kind of to power through when prayer is either difficult or when prayer is powerful. And the second is I really enjoy this Spiritual Combat book because I like when books start from the very beginning, and the very beginning is like, avoid sinning. We'll get to like union with God later, and that'll happen, but like you should avoid sin. And that's what I'm reading about right now, and it's reminding me like temptation is a real thing. I am not a superhuman. I am a dude that lives in the world and gets tempted to sin, and I need to pray to help to not do that. The other thing is I'm in desperate need of going to confession. So I'm really excited. I'm leading a retreat this weekend for a bunch of teenagers, and there will be like 4 or 5 priests there to go to confession. So I get to jump in. I might cut in line just because I'm a grown-up at the retreat. But I'll get to go to confession for the first time in like over a month. And that's exciting to me. I'm really happy for that. Confession's really, really good, you guys. You should definitely go. So please, could you pray for me? Could you pray for this retreat that I'm going on? This retreat that I'm leading, the talk that I have to give at the retreat. Can you pray for this cold that I'm going through, that it either ends before this retreat starts tomorrow afternoon, or that it dies down and then peaks after the retreat happens so that I'm like on my game during this retreat? And now the question goes to you. How is your prayer life? What are you guys praying about? What do you need prayer for? And what is God teaching you in your prayer? Please continue this conversation in the comments. We need to be a community of people that prays with each other, prays for each other, and can talk to each other about prayer. Thank you very much.